Welcome back, everyone. Your loyal Captain Gear 100 has returned yet again for another video for you guys today. And today's video is pretty special. Now, I saw the Tamaki video. I think it's like on 8 likes, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty close to 10, because it's like a new endowed video or whatever. So anyway, on that situation, but we're not talking about that right now. But also, our subscriber count, it went down by 2. We were at 312, now we're at 311. Come on, guys, we gotta pick this family back up. We gotta pick it back up. We're on the road to 400. We got this. We got this, guys. I believe in us, and I know all of our faithful hundreds of crew members out there believe in us too. So let's go. We've got this. Alright, so today's video is a special video that I wanted to do for a while. Also, I'm sorry I've been lacking on videos as of lately. I'm trying to be consistent with my videos, like if like some videos like once every week, so I'm trying to be as consistent as I can. But anyway, let's just go. But some days I really just don't have inspiration. Now, obviously, what you guys see, this is Oboro Shirakumo, and in My Hero Academia, his quirk was called Cloud. Now, I don't know how versatile that quirk is, but I imagine it was a very cool quirk back in the day. So you guys already know what I'm about to do. In this video, we're gonna do what if Deku had a Cloud. So, with that being said, we're gonna do this. So, y'all ready? I'm ready. Cue the intro!
It doesn't matter who's wrong, who's right.
Alright, guys, so how exactly would Deku get the quirk Cloud? Well, actually, okay. This is gonna be a very weird way of me doing this and making it right, but it ties into the Dad for One AU again. What if All for One was Deku's dad? Now, we're gonna cut back to a time way before Deku was even conceived, at all. In fact, it would be right after the mission that Aizawa thought Shirakumo had died. Well, which he did because of a collapsing building. But anyway, on that situation, after, everybody was evacuated, we now get, All for One picking up Shirakumo's body and turning him into a Nomu. But one thing to be sure, he didn't want the quirk Cloud to actually go to waste. So instead, he took it. Because even after you die, your heartbeat and everything else still goes on, so your body still stays alive, for just a little bit. Your organs may stay alive for a little bit longer, trying to keep you alive or whatever. I don't know. The body works weird. So with his body maybe still being alive, All for One had taken the quirk Cloud from Shirakumo, and thankfully that quirk was preserved. And Shirakumo got turned into a Nomu, aka you guys already know what's happening. So that situation all still stays the same. But instead, there was no quirk Cloud. Instead, he was just fully given the quirk Warp Gate, which is good. Okay, so now we can tie into the All for One is Deku's dad situation. And out of the many plethora of quirks All for One has amassed throughout his entire life, Deku just so happened to gain a lineage from his quirk Cloud, adapting into Deku's style, and Deku's hair would actually match that of Shirakumo's. He would actually have his hair would be white like all for One's, but it would be so fluffy like a cloud. So it would actually match up pretty well. Nothing that bad going on. Deku's styling his hair is gonna be completely crazy, ridiculous in a lot of ways. But anyway, we're moving on from that situation. Deku's hair would be white, but it would be very it would be very soft and silky toward other people. This would be before Deku had gotten his quirk at all. So Deku's life would actually turn out kind of relatively canon, before him and Bakugo had ever gotten their quirks. So Bakugo would actually still end up being Deku's friend in this AU because, maybe. Would it be a good underdog story? Would it be good to give him an underdog story, or should I just? I don't know. I'll think on that. I'll think on that as I keep telling the story. It's whatever I feel would be necessary for this story to continue and to be good. So anyway, on the situation, as Bakugo would continue to get his quirk Explosion, later on, a few like weeks later, Deku would actually get his quirk. Sorry about that. Now, anyway, like I said, Deku would actually continue on to get his quirk. And, well, this would actually be very, very nice for him because he would end up getting the quirk Cloud. But not just any type of cloud. I'm giving Deku much more than just a cloud. Because quirks only continue to evolve as the next more and more generations continue to pass. So with that being said, I want to give Deku something else other than just Cloud. So, let me show you. Alright guys, we're in. And I got multiple things to show you based on just exactly what Deku has. So, with this being said, let's go down the first thing. Obviously, with his base quirk, that some people may think, well, what it actually is Cloud, or Cloud manipulation. I mean, it's obvious like what it is, the power to manipulate clouds. Alright, the user can create, shape, and manipulate clouds. Yeah. I don't really need to go down all that. So guys, what you may think here is actually just super plain and simple, but actually this here is just going to be very nice what Deku has. Okay, obviously, you know. Okay, hold on. Maybe unable to create clouds, being limited to manipulating already existing ones. I mean, even if that was true, there's already so many clouds in the sky that Deku can use anyway. Known users. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me see if Obito Shirakumo is actually in here. Because he should be. Let me see. Because he should be in here. Because his quirk was Cloud. I'm trying to find him. Ah, dang. Nope. Can't find him. Oh, well. Okay. I got a lot more in store for you guys to show you. But this was just only the first of many abilities that Deku was going to have. Because we haven't gotten it down to the rest of it. But this is only the base of his powers. So let's go through that real quick. So Deku realizing that his quirk was actually, well, clouds. It's actually a very nice quirk. Because he can just create nice soft clouds. Actually, with it being very awesome, very amazing, Inko actually thought it was a very neat quirk. I mean, okay, I keep forgetting that doctor's name. I swear, I just looked it up not 10 minutes ago. And I already forgot the name. Oh well. You know what? All for One's doctor had looked at the quirk and decided that, oh well, it's deprived from his master's quirk that he took not too long ago. But it's still based on clouds, not enough. But yeah, still based on clouds, not really all too great. So after calling All for One and telling him about his son's quirk, All for One just decided to leave it at that and not really care about it. So, yeah, All for One's not coming back into Deku's life, which is a good thing, because, oh my god. Alright, but Inko actually thought that this quirk was pretty neat. Being able to actually manipulate and use clouds, that's actually pretty interesting, because she's never heard of a quirk like that before. Like, maybe back once or twice, but it's not really much that other people could do. Huh. Nice. So cool. So Deku had started working on his quirk already. So he realized he can literally just create clouds out of thin air, and just with that being cool, he can ride on his clouds too. Heck, he can even use it as a bed if he wanted to. So in all honesty, this is actually pretty cool. Oh yeah, I'm also going to be playing a little bit of some games. Deku can even sit in the cloud like an actual seat. If you guys have played Super Mario, then you know where I'm coming from. You know the guys that ride the clouds and just throw the spiky little turtle thingies on you? Yeah, Deku can like ride his cloud like that, or he can just simply stand on it as if he wanted to. But Deku decided that like literally riding on the cloud, like standing on it, would be just a much better and effective way to use his quirk. But, you know, since it's all clouds and whatnot, it's actually pretty neat what Deku can do with them. Huh. So the very next day, Deku wanted to show off his quirk, but obviously there's a rule: you can't use your quirk in public. So Deku was saving it up for a very nice surprise. So finally, when he walked in there and Bakugo asked what was his quirk, he immediately showed everybody by literally making a cloud and standing on it. His quirk is cloud. And everyone's like, whoa! And Deku said, don't be shy, as he makes clouds for everybody and they just stand on it. And Deku can control these clouds too. He actually has pretty much okay control, even though it's his like second day. Because Deku could not sleep. He could not sleep because of this quirk. So he wanted to make sure he could do everything pretty neat with this quirk. And actually, it's all around pretty nice. Because the kids will compliment on how it's so soft, it's so gentle. They feel like they could fall asleep on these clouds. And to be honest with you, it's actually very nice. But then Bakugo would start commenting, okay, I know what you guys might think. Deku has a quirk now, so shouldn't Bakugo be satisfied? Well, while I was telling the story, my mind wanted to occupy itself. So I would say Bakugo wouldn't bully Deku, but he wouldn't be friends with him because his quirk is not strong. It's weak. It's just basic. It's just clouds. What is that going to do? All right, let's do this. So your quirk is only clouds? Yeah. Like just these nice soft pink well, not pink. Just these white soft clouds? Yeah, pretty nice, isn't it? Well, design-wise, it is pretty cool, but I don't think you would be like the next. I don't think you could be a good hero. Maybe a rescue hero, but not really a good battle or combat hero on the field. What are you talking about? Just look at this, Izuku. Your quirk is only clouds. Something that can't really do harm to anyone if you think about it. Only thing you would be able to do is save people. Well, like, what's a good rescue hero? Like, Fat Gum. You could protect debris from falling on people because you can make a lot of clouds, and you could also carry them out of the building, but not really much for combat. What can your clouds do if you are under attack? And Deku thought about it. His clouds really can't do much of anything. And Bakugo said, yeah, sorry Izuku, but just not good enough to be in our friend group. As Bakugo just popped and walked away. So he ended the friendship with Deku because his quirk wasn't really strong. Sure, he had a quirk now. That wasn't the issue. The quirk is that, look at that. The issue is that his quirk wasn't strong enough. Well, it's not strong at all. It's just clouds. What can you do with clouds? Bakugo's didn't lie. You can be a hero, but if you want to be the best of the best, you gotta have a good quirk. Okay, here's the things you gotta have to be like on society's very good side. You have to have a quirk, which Deku had. Check. It's gotta be a flashy quirk. Explosions, they're flashy. Clouds, not flashy, but hey, it's very unique because not many people have seen a quirk like that before. So instead of flashy, Deku can check it off as unique. Very, very unique. So he can check that second box, just barely. And number 3, it has to be strong, which Deku was lacking in that department because, well, what could he do with clouds? Nothing. He can't attack people with clouds. They're too soft. Like, what is he gonna do? He could be a rescue hero. Bakugo wasn't gonna lie. He could be a hero. A hero is possible because rescuing people with clouds, like sending them in there and helping the people get out, it's a good thing. Stupid thing. There we go. But it's not really suited for combat or anything else on that situation. So that's why Bakugo couldn't be friends with Deku. Well, decided to end the friendship because, well, his quirk wasn't really useful on the field. So not much you could do with it. So anyway, he decided to end it on that one. Now, obviously, after the school day, okay, since Bakugo was so popular, the other kids decided to avoid Deku as well because, well, his quirk isn't really good. Oh, wait, give me 1 second. I need to think for a second. But that was fine with Deku. Plus, gave him more time to work on his quirk. Oh, yeah, but since Bakugo was the most popular, other kids decided to avoid Deku and not really care about his quirk too much, even though their quirks were just even shittier. But, hey, it's kids, man. Kids are going to be kids. But it's fine. They gave Deku time to work on his quirk. And honestly, a lot more time to do other things as well. Because what Bakugo didn't do, didn't do, Deku excelled in. And that's learning about quirks. Even though Bakugo is intelligent in his own right and he's a battle like strategist, Deku is gonna have a lot more hacks like than he will. And what do I mean by that? I mean like this. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Deku decides to go home and look at the things on his quirk. He decides to study what clouds can actually do. And this is obviously the weather cycle. Evaporation, ice evaporation, condensation, precipitation, and well, condensation. I think I said that right. Yeah. Wait. Evaporation, condensation, precipitation, and I said condensation twice. Whoops. No, evaporation, condensation. There's something, and then precipitation, and there's something in between. I don't know. I kind of forgot. Sorry, guys. It hasn't been on my mind in a while now. But you know what I'm saying. Deku looks up the weather cycle and decides to see what clouds can do. And he studied and he looked at videos on that situation. Now, with Bakugo saying Deku can be a hero, it was already good. It wasn't good enough for Deku. Deku wanted to show Bakugo he could keep up with him. His clouds were more than just meets the eye, and he was gonna prove that. All right, now let's do this. So, with that being said, Deku decided to study on his clouds. He wanted to make sure that they weren't. He wanted to show everybody that they weren't just regular clouds. He could do whatever he wanted with these things. So he was going to show them all. So until he started training with them. Okay, the age like 4. I'm gonna time skip to 3 years later. Deku actually did. Deku has full mastery over his quirk because Bakugo's explosions did turn into explosions. But Deku has full mastery over his clouds. He can condense them and make them hard to kind of bust through. So now they're actually not just clouds. He can make them as hard as stone if he wanted to. Actually protecting people and creating like a huge cloud force field if he wanted to. Fully protecting you from a lot of damage. And Deku can make his clouds passive if he wanted to as well. So if you were a villain trying to punch through his clouds, Deku can make it to where you could punch through them, but you couldn't pull your arm back out. So, and if Deku wanted to, if a villain were to be on one of his clouds, trying to get to him, he could make it to where his clouds were passive, to where the villain would just fall through, but other people could actually stand on it. So Deku can be very vague and very he can be vague, but he can also be very descriptive if he wanted to, giving him more versatility in his arsenal of clouds. But just gaining and he would show this off to Bakugo by making a cloud specifically for writing, calling it the Flying Nimbus. And you guys know where I'm going with this. And yep, you guys should have known where this was going. Dragon Ball Z, Deku creates his own Flying Nimbus. Like, of course, he can just create a cloud frame to ride on. So that's what he does. That's what he does, honestly. Hey, but creating a ride is very cool. Deku can control this ride wherever he goes. Just check it out. He would be seen sometimes while they're not in school, outside just playing as kids. The two guys in Bakugo's group would actually see Deku just riding on his cloud and just having fun. And Deku would greatly want to show off, because there will be 1 second where he's just on the cloud, and then second, he would just be flying high through the air. And the kids would be very impressed by seeing Deku do this. But also, when they were near a river or something, Deku would do some crazy stuff like this, surfing on a cloud. That I ain't never seen before. Hey, but it's fine, because Deku has full mastery over his clouds. His body could be upside down, while his feet are still planted firmly on the cloud. He would not fall off if he was upside down. That's just how much control he has over his power. It does not matter. You can try to knock him off all you want, but unless Deku willingly wants to come off, he's not going to come off his cloud. So it would be very cool. The kids would be like, awesome. Baku would be like, whatever. He may be able to do stuff like that, but he's still not strong. But then Deku would realize Bakugo's right. He isn't actually that strong. So anyway, on that situation, Deku would end up just zooming off through the air, because honestly, he wanted to prove Bakugo wrong. He is strong regardless of what people think of him, but he wanted to prove that. So the way he was going to do that was simple. He goes home, and now it's time for a change. Deku would come in and burst through his house. Mom, I'm home. Oh, Izuku, welcome back. How was your play date? How was it at the playground? It was awesome. But Mom, and Deku just starts babbling nonsense. Izuku, slow down and breathe. Okay. Okay, now tell me what was going on. Okay, so I was showing off my new tricks at the playground. Everybody that I could ride on my clouds just fine. Yes, but then Katsuki said even though I could control my clouds, I wasn't strong enough. Oh, Izuku, I think you're plenty strong. I know, but if I want to be a hero, I have to be even greater than this. Okay, so what do you think? So what do you want, Izuku? I want to be trained. I need to be Mom, take me to a dojo. What? I want to learn how to fight. Izuku, please, Mom. This is my only way. This is the only way of me becoming a hero. Izuku, you can be a hero in many ways. Yes, but becoming a hero in many ways is learning how to fight. Oh gosh, what did I get myself into? Like, I will be a great hero, Mom. I'll show you. Like, you don't even, like, watch as Deku creates a cloud under his mom. Whoa! You don't even have to drive the car. I can just take you. Izuku! As they both just go out the door. Oh boy. Deku is quite the child. With a quirk like this, hey, having transport like this, Inko isn't gonna complain because gas prices aren't really much of a problem anymore if she can just ride on a cloud. Hey, but Inko, craziest thing is Inko is not really a fan of heights. So Deku can't go too high. Oh man, so it's pretty fine. But they end up going to a dojo, and you know, Deku ends up signing himself up because hey, he wants to learn how to fight. Oh boy. But this actually does work out for him. But also, Deku, even when Deku's not in the dojo, he spends his time looking up more about clouds. And finally, after 3 long years, wait, no, they're like, I said 4. They're like, I said 3 years passed, 4, yeah, there were 7. Okay, I'm gonna say they're at the age of 8 right now, and Deku actually learned one new aspect about his quirk. Just because your quirk is just a power, that's it. That doesn't mean you don't have sub powers or associations with the power. And Deku figured that out by training his quirk so hard. He actually found out that there's more than his clouds can do. And let me show you. Because along with cloud manipulation, you guys saw sub abilities and sub associations. So with that being said, that's not all Deku can do. Let me introduce you to the next best thing. Bam! Lightning manipulation. Yes, sir. Deku can do this too. By figuring out that while Deku was frustrated one day that his quirk wasn't actually getting stronger, his cloud that he was on had actually darkened. It turned to a gray color, eventually going into like a purplish black, almost like a thunderstorm. And Deku realized his power can be tied to his emotions if he so thinks about it. Well, not just that, but his quirk was figuring out something else. Deku knew that he was going to regret this, but he decided to just Deku pointed Deku grabbed a piece of paper and rolled it into a ball, and Deku threw it in the air and it just darted his rage toward that paper ball. As he pointed at the paper ball, and the cloud struck lightning at the paper ball. Like literally catching it on fire and just incinerating it. Whoa! Deku realized that, holy, that's not all his quirk can do. Like, my quirk evolved. I knew it! I knew I was stronger! So after all this time, Deku realized that he could also create lightning. Subpower of storm manipulation. I think that's what I was trying to give Deku. Hold on a sec, guys. Let me go to that real quick. Alright, guys. So we're in storm manipulation, but if it doesn't work like I think if it doesn't go like I think it is, I'll just go back to lightning manipulation and just show you the rest. Can create, shape, and manipulate storms, including strong wind, hail, thunder, and/or lightning. A thunderstorm, heavy precipitation. Yeah, I said participation. Snowstorm, rainstorm, heavy freezing. Yeah, ice storm, strong winds, tropical cyclone, windstorm, or wind transporting substance through the atmosphere as in a dust storm, blizzard, sandstorm, etc. Nice. Oh, okay. Yep, okay, we're here. This is good. This is exactly what I was looking for. Nice. Okay, perfect. So, all the stuff you see here, Deku actually learned that he could actually do. So, not only that, Deku could manipulate air by, well, I don't even know how it works, but for some reason, it just works like that. Deku could, well, make like a tornado or a mini tornado controlling the air come from his clouds. Yep, electricity as in lightning, storm generation as in ice storm. He could make his cloud just shoot ice. Thundercloud, thunderstorm creation. Water. Yep, Deku could make his clouds rain, create blizzards. Yep. Okay. And okay, yep, all this. Okay, hold on. Techniques, he can do this. Variations, magic, embodiment, nah. Yeah. Okay, yep, perfect. Weather weaponry, no. Weather artillery, nah. Weather manipulation, that's fine. Okay, but still, maybe that wasn't enough, but I'm gonna go back just to make sure that you guys see all of it, to the lightning manipulation. I'm gonna just give you guys all the abilities right here, because Deku, from a long time of studying, would have finally figured out how his quirk actually works, so he can use it perfectly. So we're just gonna go down here. This is actually pretty cool. Hold on. Limitations. Ah, okay. Well, that's it right there. But that's not all, because, as I promised, Deku can also use thunder. Just make his clouds, like sound. He can make the thunder crash, like sound very loud, to a point where sound waves actually come off, and it actually pushes you back a little bit. I mean, well, yeah, it's not really that crazy. Oh my god, sorry about that. Okay, yeah, that was it. Next, alright, on to the next thing. As you guys would have seen, air manipulation, because, well, clouds, tornadoes, stuff like that. I know you guys are, like, this is sounding so freaking broken here, but hey, it works. I like it. You guys are gonna have to, like, pause in order to see all this stuff right here. Because this is actually, wait. Nah. Okay, well, alright, that's pretty cool on that part. And now for these next two things. Water manipulation. You guys should be able to get it. Deku can make it rain and everything on that situation. What's this? Ice. Yeah. Blizzards, ice storms. Deku can shoot ice shards out of his clouds. It's pretty nice. But that's not all, because, okay, I'm going to show you the last two in a little bit. So give me 1 second. Alright, guys. So I'm back now. Anyway, Deku's been training in this dojo for about a few years now. He's gotten, like, the mastery of some techniques in his arsenal, so now he knows how to fight relatively well. But Deku wants something more. He wants to create his own signature, like a signature weapon. And so the dojo master gives him like an arsenal of tools to actually use. And Deku picks up one tool that he thinks will actually be very nice, and it's a bow staff. And the master is surprised because not many people choose a bow staff, a stick, like the basic generic stick. But hey, he's willing to teach Deku if he's willing to learn. And Deku said he's willing to learn all. So, woof, okay, how much time is going to pass now? He was like 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to say 4 years have passed since then. So Deku already knows what to do with the bow staff, and now, well, since it's the dojos, he can't really keep it. But it's fine, because Deku hasn't really told the Bakugo or anybody else what his quirk can really do. He's just been working on it himself. And to be honest with you, it's actually very nice, because the amount of control Deku has over his quirk is actually very, very amazing. Also, where Deku is not getting one for all in this situation, because I don't really think that it, I don't really see why to give it to him in this situation. I'll just give it to Mirio, and then we can move on from that situation. Alright? Alright. So, in this situation, I'm trying to think now. Oh, right. So, one day coming back from middle school, Deku decided to ride his clouds home. But he wanted to actually take a detour. He wanted to fly through the air for a while. And that means going into the clouds itself. So, it brings Deku relaxing time to know he could just do this stuff sometimes. Just fly into the clouds. It brings him satisfaction a lot. Because he feels like, you know, this is his land. Like, he belongs here. because hell, nobody else can come up here. But so while Deku was in the clouds, he just decided to walk on them. Just be at peace up here in his own utopia, his own heaven. But while he was doing that, Deku actually found, well, this huge like cloud where it was covering up like most of the land. So Deku had decided to like try to part that cloud, but he couldn't. For some reason, the cloud wouldn't split. Ugh. So Deku wanted to know what was wrong. So he walked up to it and he tried to touch the cloud completely, but then he realized, what the? This isn't just any ordinary cloud. As Deku touched it, he felt like there was a piece of ground in it. As he kind of waved the cloud past, and yeah, wait, it was a cloud. This was a cloud sanctuary. What the hell? So Deku had even uncovered some stairs, wondering what was going on here. Why was this here? So then, while Deku climbed up the stairs, he would find, well, a pedestal. Well, wait, no. Did I say that right? Wait, no. Yeah, Deku would find a pedestal. And inside of it, it would be like, it would actually be a staff. A red staff. What the? As, yes, it was inside, it was laying on, well, the pedestal itself. Deku would think, what's this doing here? As, honestly, he wouldn't know what to think of it. But in case you guys want to know, I'm giving Deku everything. Not just the Nimbus Cloud, but also the Power Pole. Yep, Deku gets his own staff. So this is actually pretty nice. But this staff is much different from the Power Pole. Yes, it could elongate infinitely if Deku wanted it to, but also it could even enlarge it itself if Deku needed like more striking power into it. So, oh, this was gonna be nice. Deku having his own bow staff was actually the best thing for him because he could elongate it as needed, and he could make it grow and shrink however he wanted it to. So Deku decided to actually practice with this bow staff on this cloud sanctuary for a little bit, actually realizing that, hey, this could actually work out for him, like a lot, huh? So Deku, realizing that this weapon could actually be very useful to him, he decides to take it home and actually, and he decides to keep it throughout his life. Anyway, as Deku would grow up more and more, he would actually decide to let his hair grow out. This would actually be a very fun experience because Deku would just want to see how long his hair could get, and he imagined himself with long cloud-like hair. Like, how funny would that be? Deku's like very much imagining it, like long cloud hair. That would just be hilarious. But still, hey, this works very well. But anyway, on that situation, we can now time skip to like much later in the story. Finally, after the high school times, the teacher would say the same thing, blah blah, hero recommendation papers. But why bother? I already know you all want to go to the hero course. Then Bakugo says that basic D-lister crap, and well, him wanting to go to UA. And so does Midoriya want to go to UA. So like, oh hey Midoriya, you want to go to UA too? Yep. Yes sir, I do. And nobody would laugh at this time because Deku actually has a quirk. But hey, it's gotta be, but everyone thinks it has to be suited for combat and everything else. But Deku's not really caring about what they say. He knows what he can do. And Bakugo always about his ego, like, you think you're better than me, nerd? Deku isn't even, like, gonna respond to that. He's just very cool right now. Also, yeah, Deku's hair has grown to be very, very long. I'll show you guys like that in a little bit. So, but just give it a moment. But Bakugo doesn't really care on that because he says Deku will always be a weak nobody. His quirk won't even be able to hurt a fly. How does he think he can be a hero? Deku's still not responding. But anyway, the bell would ring and Deku would just open the window, create a cloud, and jump on it as he would just fly off. He would fly back to his house. And so he would tell his mom that he's home and everything, because remember, there is no one-for-all in this situation for Deku. So, honestly, it's fine. Mirio's just going to get it here. But, Inko would say, Izuku, welcome back home. Izuku, your hair's gotten really long. Please cut your hair. No, Mom, this is who I am now. I'm a cloud god. Cloud gods don't have long hair. Some of them do. And if you guys want to know what Deku's hair looks like, here we go. Boom! Here he is. This is what our boy looks like now. Yeah, Deku's gotten some really goddamn long hair throughout the future. Also, he looks a lot cooler than Shirakumo does. But just imagine it cloud-like. You know, it's more fluffy and actual cloud-like, mini clouds coming off. Well, kind of mini particle of a cloud coming off of it. But hey, it's still pretty nice all around. So, Inko would say Izuku needs to get his hair cut because it's just been too long. And Izuku says, no, this is who I am now. I'm a cloud god. Oh boy. Inko just says she can't win. She won't be able to stop him. And no, she will not. But anyway, on that situation, Deku decided now his training with for the next year to get into UA will have to be amazing. And that, guys, is where we're gonna end it off because I'm gonna play Mortal Kombat and I am going to play as Homelander for the next hours. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And with that being said, if you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment down below, and y'all already know what it is. Peace.
She likes it when I hit, when I tap. Wait, what? Ay, Shawty's the same. Not without me, she ain't function. Running out the game, I don't got no time for love. Shawty, stick to your lane. I don't wanna hear you bugging.